Hey guys, Professor Bill, Comic Book University, and Super Sons, issue number 2 of 12. That's the worst part of this whole book, is that it's only of 12. What's up with that? So, my little Hurricane Helms impersonation there. You guys are wrestling fans, right? Okay, so what this book basically does is it gives a history of this, I can't remember what they're called because they didn't really mention it in this particular issue, but this version of the Injustice Gang. You know, these kids run around starting some trouble, right? So let's get into who actually made this comic book, and then brief little explanation of what happened, and then we'll also talk about my opinions on this comic book. So Super Sons in Action Detectives. Peter J. Tomasi did the story and the words. Carlo Barberi did the pencils. Art Thibbet did the inks. Guy named Art doing art, imagine that. And Photo Bunker colors. The letters were done by Rob Lay. And Dan Mora did the cover. Okay, so like I said, we get an origin story for all these characters, and it's pretty cool. And you figure that Superboy is about to get killed, right? Except that his dad went and hooked him up with a personal force field. Not too shabby, Dad. Not too shabby. You're starting to wonder maybe why Robin didn't get the same treatment, right? Especially since he himself is not actually bulletproof. What's up with that? So maybe his dad trusts him more? I don't know. Anyway, so this Joker cat is legit more than meets the eye, because he keeps on threatening to blow Robin away. Robin was the most useless character in this book than he's ever been, ever. You know what I'm saying? I'm talking when he was in the test tubes, you know, being raised by Ra's al Ghul and his mama Talia. Yeah, he was more useful then than he was in this issue. But it's understood because, like, here's this Joker wannabe with a laser pistol up to his head, talking about, go ahead, dude, bat, quote, pun, bat an eye. I will blow your head off. Yeah, that would be enough for me to be like, no, I don't have any place to go. I'm good. So he stays wrapped up like the Silencer most of this issue. Anyway, right before he goes and wraps him up again, while Superboy is being put under control, along with the Puppet Master, is that what this cat's name is? Not the Puppet Master, the what the heck is this moron's name? Can't remember what his name is. Anyway, Jordan Weir. There we go. The puppeteer. Aha! So the puppeteer is there to take control of him. Anyway, just before the Joker goes and wraps up Robin again, he goes and says something to the effect of, dude, I'm not what you think I am, and I really need your help. And Robin's like, wait, what? But it's too late. Mummified. So later on, you get to see, once again, right before the puppeteer apparently gets blasted. All right, now, mind you, this happened behind closed doors. It technically happened off panel, so it's not necessarily a fact that he was killed. But we'll see. I didn't actually see his body lying up anyplace. It might have just been a stunt. But Superboy, dude, he shows himself to be a hero, powers or no powers. And the Joker, this version of the Joker, goes and explains, listen, man, this little Rex Luthor cat, he's crazy. He goes and gives a different origin than what Rex had given. And he's like, so check this out. This dude actually went and killed my parents and started messing with me and did all sorts of crazy things to try and drive me crazy because he wanted a Joker person on his side. The whole history of these alien dudes, all right, these little green-skinned aliens who their whole lives are about replicating the superheroes on Earth. So they want to take over the Earth and propagate their own culture, which is odd since their culture is our culture. That's weird. But hey, it's kid logic, so F them. Anyhow, so Robin kind of goes a little bat crap crazy on him, starts punching him in the face and whatnot, starts hitting him in the grill. But finally he stops and he listens. And Joker goes and explains what he can before he jumps ship. No, like literally. And the way he does it is so expert. I love it. But he goes and gives the kryptonite, the artificial kryptonite, to Robin. And he's like, so check this out, man. You can try and reverse the effects on this. Apparently, I don't know how to, but apparently you can reverse the effects on this and give Superboy back his powers. So, look, I don't usually like to give away a last page reveal, but there's origin galores in this. I think you're going to want to have this issue regardless. Seriously, I think that by showing you what's about to happen in this book, it's going to make you want to buy the book even more. He messes with the kryptonite, and at one point he says, "Hey, the kryptonite turned red. Any idea what that does?" You are kidding me. We got Superboy Red and Superboy Blue. Oh, Lord, dear God in heavens above. Merciful Father, what are you doing to me? So, like, seriously, first appearances. That's hot, and that's brave. That's bold. It's brave and the bold. And I don't even know what else to say about that, dude. That's crazy. So I'm looking forward to seeing what happens after that. Trying to find it really quick. If I have it, no, I do not. These are the latest comic books that I got. Darn it! I had me some books, and I wanted to show you something that was actually kind of cool, but I don't think I have access to it right now, do I? No, I do not. Okay, so that was just a whole big pointless pop of nothing. Anyway, somewhere in here, I got my Fan Expo stuff. And of that Fan Expo, son of a gun, it's right here. Of that Fan Expo stuff, I got issue number 1 signed. And this is actually like the original issue number 1 by Tomasi. And Tomasi goes and signed this. And he says, to Professor Bill, say nice things or we'll kill you. So, yes, the rumors are true. DC are extremely violent individuals who have just threatened my life if I don't say nice things about the book. So, this was such a great book. Real talk, though, I don't need threats to acknowledge that this was indeed a great comic book. Like I said, the worst thing about this comic book is the 12-issue Maxi series. I'm not interested in Maxi anything. I'm interested in a continuous story, but we'll be playing it by ear, apparently. So there was so much I wanted to ask Mr. Tomasi when I was there. But, you know, he's tired. He just got off the red eye. I was like, can you take a picture? He's like, I would love to take a picture with you, but would you mind if I wore my sunglasses? I was like, oh, no, that's fine. He's like, yeah, dude, like, I got the worst red eye. And, like, his eyes were actually red. He looked like the Antichrist. I was going to invite him to come to church. I'm afraid that the whole place would have shut down. The holy water would have catch on fire. But, like, his eyes were red, dude. So I'm like, you know, no problem. So, but I asked him one question, like, listen, just want to ask you one question. You got a long line of people, fans, slavishly coming to lay praise upon thy feet. So what, you know, worshiping the Antichrist, basically. And I was like, listen, I just got one question for you, brother. Why the hell did they cancel this series? Because what the F? I didn't find anybody who didn't like the series. He says, well, check this out. They canceled it because Bendis was coming in. So all of a sudden, here comes the hate for Bendis. I'm like, oh, people all around me are like sharpening their knives and sharpening their teeth and sharpening their noses. You don't know. You know people's lives. So they're getting ready to go after Bendis, right? All of a sudden, Tom King's bodyguard is like switching roles to come over here and guard Bendis now. Bendis wasn't actually there. So I don't think he likes Canada very much. So he's like, so Bendis came over and he's like, listen, I got some plans for John. So, you know, so he got a call. I think that that Tomasi said that it was Didio who called him. I'm not sure though. But he's like, yeah, listen, so here's the deal. We're going to have to cancel because Bendis has plans for, you know, this overarching Superman thing and John's got to disappear. He's like, okay. So Tomasi goes and explains, listen, man, I'm just curious. So you're going to cancel the only book that we've really got for kids that, you know, kids can read also? He's like, yeah, sorry, man. They hang up the phone. They go their separate ways. All of a sudden, he gets a call back 2 months later. He's like, you know, you're right. This really is the only book that we got for kids. Listen, man, here's the deal. We're going to do an Ink series, and it's going to be focused on kids, and we're going to bring your book back, okay? You can start it from where it left off. We're going to, you know, bring it back to issue number 1, and, yeah, we're going to have its own run now. Excuse me, under the Ink title. So I'm sitting here looking at this. I don't see Ink anywhere on here. I see they're calling it Adventures of the Super Sons and all things, and now it's a 12-issue maxi series, so I guess they're giving it time. So they keep on, you know, like last minute changing their minds, and that is really an issue that DC has had since, I don't know, the movies have been coming on and the TV series, like from the CW, has been going on. They're always like, okay, listen, we're doing something in the movie, so everybody else has to just stop, all right? It's been going on even longer than that. The guys were like, hey, man, back in 1992, let's let's get Superman married to Lois. We can't because it's on TV with a Lois and Clark show, and this Allison Mackey girl who can never do anything wrong. Go look her up. You know what I'm saying? We can't get them married because they're not married on the TV show, and people get confused. What are we, stupid? And I doubt most of the people who are watching this show anyways are also reading the comic books. And if we are, we're smart enough to know the difference. So they said, okay, fine, let's just kill Superman instead. True story. Anyway, so that's what Tomasi explained to me. They brought it back, and apparently they did this whole thing like, well, let's just give it a 12-issue miniseries. And the whole question is, like, is it supposed to be a prequel? Is it supposed to have happened afterwards? Is it supposed to happen? Who cares? Who cares? It doesn't matter. You know what I'm saying? I think we're smart enough to look at it and say, well, this is clearly out of continuity. Don't care. This is an awesome book. And they really should have slapped the ink label on it. I went and did all this work to explain the difference between the ink and the zoom and the black labels. And I'm seeing black labels going to come out. What happened to ink and zoom? What happened to zoom and ink? What happened to the zinc? You need zinc in your life. You need zinc in your life. So, okay, I'm really just being silly. It is late. I am tired. Go out and buy the damn book. Professor Bill, Comic Book University. Class dismissed.